All right, let's jump right in. We hear a ton about getting ready for AI, right? But what if the biggest challenge isn't really about learning some fancy new technology? What if it's about fixing the hidden, kind of broken ways we're already working? Oh, you know this feeling. We've all been there. You absolutely crush your to-do list, you hit inbox zero, and for one shining moment there is peace. And then you blink, and the chaos is back. Spreadsheets only you can decipher, workflows that feel more like a secret handshake. You're constantly juggling, just trying to keep your head above water, and you find yourself wondering, why is this so hard? If any of that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place, because we're about to get to the bottom of it.
So here's the thing. The real problem isn't usually the amount of work. It's the invisible space between the official steps. It's what we're calling the gap you don't see, but you definitely feel it every single day.
This is all the stuff that isn't written down in any training manual. It's the little adjustments you make on the fly, the people you just know to call, the shortcuts you figured out over time. It's how work actually gets done. And here's where it gets serious. Your clever little workaround is just one small gap. But when everyone on your team has their own gaps, and the team next to you has theirs, they all start connecting. Across a whole company, these tiny gaps add up to a massive canyon of lost knowledge, wasted effort, and just pure inefficiency.
Now, you might be thinking, great, this is what AI is for. It'll fix all this. And, well, not exactly. That's the big misunderstanding. AI doesn't magically fix the gaps. It falls right into them.
You have to think of AI like a super literal assistant that's amazing at following a map. But if your map is missing huge sections of road, the AI is just going to get lost. It can't guess the unwritten rules, it can't read your mind. If you're not careful, it will just automate the messy, chaotic process you already have.
So, what do we do about it? How do we fix this? We have to become detectives inside our own workflows. The solution is to find and fill 5 very specific kinds of hidden gaps before we even think about handing things over to an AI.
We're going to go hunting for gaps in these 5 areas: decision ownership, exceptions to the rules, informal workarounds, task handoffs, and maybe the most important one, in-your-head knowledge. Let's break them down, one by one. First up, decision ownership. Sounds so simple, but believe me, not knowing who has the final say, who gets to make the call, it's a massive source of delay and frustration in pretty much every company.
To make this real, let's imagine a busy restaurant. A server notices the table has been waiting way too long for their food. They want to make it right, offer a free dessert on the house. Smart move, great customer service, but then they freeze.
That moment of hesitation, that is the gap. The whole process grinds to a halt because it's not clear who owns that simple decision. While the server is trying to find their busy manager, the customer is just sitting there, getting even more annoyed. And here's the real kicker for AI. If you brought in an AI system to help manage customer service, it would hit the exact same wall. Without a clear rule about who can approve a calm dessert, the AI would also just freeze. The tech changes, but the broken process stays exactly the same. Okay, let's move on to our second hidden gap. This one is all about the rules that everybody knows it's okay to break. You know, the exceptions we make based on trust and experience.
So back in our restaurant, the official rule is that a manager has to check every single plate before it goes to a table. But everyone knows Marco, the head chef. He's a legend. His plates are always perfect. So this unwritten rule starts, if it's Marco's plate, you don't need to check it, it's fine.
But what happens on a crazy busy night when Marco's totally swamped? He's human. He makes a simple mistake, a burger goes out to a table without its fries. The system that was built on trust just broke down. Now the customer's unhappy and the team's scrambling. An AI would have no way of knowing about the Marco rule unless you told it.
Gap number 3 is a close cousin to exceptions. These are the clever little hacks and shortcuts that make work way faster, but they're often only known by one single person.
Our head server, she's brilliant. She figured out this amazing shortcut for closing out the cash register at the end of the night. The official process takes 15 minutes. Her way takes 5. But it's her little secret. She's never written it down, never shown anyone else. It's just how she does it.
So, what do you think happens when she finally takes a well-deserved vacation? Yep, the rest of the team is stuck doing it the slow, 15-minute way. Productivity takes a nosedive. And an AI? It would be no different. It would just follow the slow official process because it never even knew a better way existed. All right, gap number 4. This one happens all the time.
Anytime work moves from one person to another or from one team to another, it's all about the crucial information that just gets lost in translation.
Think about this. A server runs to the kitchen and says, "Hey, remake the burger for table 5." But what they don't say is why. The burger itself was perfect, they just forgot the side of fries. So the kitchen wastes time, energy, and food making a whole new burger from scratch. That tiny piece of missing context, that's a classic, costly gap.
And that brings us to our fifth and final gap. And honestly, this one might be the most dangerous of all. This is the critical, essential expertise that lives entirely inside one person's head.
You know, there's one of these people in every organization, the person who just knows how to handle a crisis. In our restaurant, it's the host who can look at a crowded floor and magically rearrange tables to fit a huge, unexpected party. It's like an art form. But one night, she calls in sick. The huge party walks in, the team panics, and a massive sale walks right back out the door. That knowledge wasn't a company asset. It was just her personal superpower.
Okay, seeing all these gaps laid out like this can feel a little overwhelming, I get it. But this isn't about being perfect. This is actually an opportunity. This is your mission.
Your goal here is to get curious. Start looking at your own work, at your team's processes, and just ask those simple questions. What are our unwritten rules here? Where do things get stuck? What knowledge is trapped in one person's head? When you find these gaps now, you're not just preparing for AI, you're making your work better, smarter, and less frustrating today.
So I want to leave you with this one question to really think about. What's that one process, that one shortcut, that one piece of critical knowledge that, if you were gone tomorrow, would just vanish with you? That's your starting point. Find that gap, write it down, and share it. That is the very first step to building something truly ready for the future.